Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. On this week's episode, we are discussing films dealing with faith. This is the last episode dealing with that theme. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushino.
Nick.
Ben Riley.
So, hey guys.
Hey.
Feels like a while since we did this, but I think I say that every time.
2 weeks.
You know?
Not any more than normal.
Yeah, for sure. So, anybody see anything cool? How about you, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
You did
I
see
saw
something
King
cool.
Arthur. No, I did see King Arthur.
That didn't come out the same weekend as
No,
Alien.
week
A week
before.
before.
Oh, okay.
But I saw Alien Covenant.
How many
And-
times?
And this is highly anticipated, right?
Yeah, this was probably my most anticipated movie of the year.
Yeah.
Saw it 3 times in 72 hours.
All right.
It was.
So you liked it?
I absolutely loved it.
Cool.
Now I didn't like it as much as Prometheus, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
Well, I really like that it kept on. Well, I'm sorry for spoiling.
No. I'm like
Well,
you don't worry.
I won't
don't-
actually flat out spoil anything.
Yeah.
but
I'm sure you can say it without spoiling it.
It's
Yeah.
not even that spoilery of a movie. There's like one twist, but it's not really that integral.
Well, in my mind, this is sort of a spoiler because I went into it not really thinking that it would be a direct tie to Prometheus. I thought it was just going to be, give a little bit of like a payoff in a way.
But it has one of the characters, right?
yeah,
But just like the way of the casting, it kind of felt like maybe it wasn't good because they
Yeah.
knew me Rapace. She was like not featured in it.
Yeah.
So
They told me I had to watch Prometheus before, and I did, but I don't know why.
that little pro. What do you mean you don't know why?
I have no idea why I needed to watch that movie.
I feel like if you didn't watch it, you would.
if you
really
never
wouldn't.
saw it, I would
They,
understand.
they
but
explain it all in the movie. They literally use time and to tell exposition about what happened before.
I know, but just seeing the characters again is more impactful. I feel if you've seen the
If
movie.
you didn't see Prometheus, there would be a couple big moments in that movie where you might be like, well, "What the hell is that?" and "Who the hell is that?"
Well, I think you say, what the hell is that to one of them, and the other one doesn't really need to be in the movie anyways, which is...
yeah.
The other one doesn't need to be in the movie, and I
agree.
wish. And okay, so let's get into it. The reason I liked it a lot is because it connects with Prometheus more than I expected it to.
It did with me too.
And the thing that people are griping about, which it doesn't really bother me too much because it felt more like the first Alien. There's only, what is it, 1 or 2 xenomorphs? I can't remember, which is pretty pathetic because I just saw
You
it
would
3
know
times.
more than me.
One.
It's 1.
One xenomorph.
Three
Okay.
times.
There's a neomorph, which is a new creature.
Okay.
There's 2 or 3 of them in the movie, and there's 1 xenomorph. And people are griping that, I thought this was going to be, super, super scary and bring back the scares.
I didn't find it scary at all.
I think that's I think that's my biggest problem is that it wants to be.
I think it was
marketed-
advertised as a horror.
Yeah, it's
and-
marketed the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think Ridley didn't have faith in Prometheus being a selling point again, so he attached Alien to the tag or the title, which it wasn't originally. It was supposed to be called Paradise.
Paradise, yeah.
And then he dropped that, and then it was going to be Alien Paradise Lost, and then he fucked that up, and then it was Alien Covenant.
Because that'll bring in a couple extra bucks.
I think people didn't like the different approach to Prometheus because it's more of ambitious sci-fi
Yeah.
than Alien is.
Yeah.
It's less of like the horror genre completely. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted more aliens in it. And then he took that idea and he's like, okay, I need to make this one scary.
But
And
it still was kind of like Prometheus, though, in that way.
I don't think
thought.
it's ambitious sci-fi at all. The Michael and David. Is that his name?
Walter.
Walter. Thank you. Is the only kind of like intellectual sci-fi in the entire movie, and it is prominent, but not super prominent, and not till late.
There's a piece. I looked at Prometheus as almost a horror movie, though, to be honest with you, because it's like a haunted house type thing where they're in the ship. They're discovering
elements,
a bunch
yeah.
of things, like the bioweapon they discover, and it's just like, I don't know. There's just some things.
There's
about,
a feeling of scientific discovery in Prometheus that don't exist here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
agree with that.
The thing I like, okay, I kind of think we're jumping all over the place, but the thing I really liked about Alien Covenant was David. I honestly care more about David's character arc than anything with the Xenomorphs. He, to me, he's
the best. He's the best character.
I agree with that, but his plot ties directly. The reason the Xenomorphs are in this movie are because of him.
He's Victor Frankenstein in a way.
Yeah.
And you got to see it
to believe it.
Yeah.
He's very good, but I always bring this up. I thought that little karate scene was very stupid.
That didn't need to exist, but in a way it kind of did because I don't want to spoil shit.
All right. Well, his motivations though kind of flip from one way to the other too. Not going into the spoiler stuff, but like from Prometheus to this, it's like an extreme jump. I feel.
Yeah, I saw some people say they like that about it, but I agree with you. I don't understand how David went from who he is in Prometheus to who he is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That opening prologue was kind of neat, where it just showed him questioning, David or Dr. Wayland, questioning, from the beginning, he was questioning his existence and why he about the creation of man and everything like that.
Deals with all those man versus technology themes.
So it fed that to you right away,
which is cool.
Yeah,
I like the opening scene.
It looked great too. I mean, I think Ridley Scott can make a movie look amazing.
Yeah, he's got style.
That's definitely the best thing those movies have going for them, I think.
CGI was a detriment.
Yeah, too slick looking in my opinion.
Yeah, the perfect organism was a little bit too perfect with the CGI.
It didn't there was no texture to it.
Yeah. Versus that's what I think
that's all about the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can feel it.
Yeah.
The big chap Xenomorph in 1979, that looked so fucking good. And that was all practical. That was a dude in a suit.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that video of that guy?
Yeah, just walking around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
creepy.
Oh, I didn't see
He's
that. I'll have to watch
like
that.
an Ethiopian dude,
Yeah.
or something,
He's like
or South
huge,
African,
7'4" or whatever.
Like real skinny.
Yeah.
I don't think the design is bad here. It's just the implementation. It doesn't. Of course, that's the way they're going to go, and it's kind of the thing we have to get over, I guess.
No.
There's some useless.
Yeah, I don't want to.
There's useless characters too. Like there's James Franco is in it, and
there's
why there's no reason for it.
It's pretty apparent that they cut a lot of scenes
That
out.
must have been.
I was gonna say, does it feel like it's like maybe overly written and then they cut it down to
Well,
what it worked?
I wish they had that stuff in there because there's no reason it's
There's
not.
going to be a lot of deleted scenes, I have a feeling, because they
Even
released
if
all
you
those
think it was like
prologues.
filmed?
Probably because
they have like a Last Supper.
Yeah,
deleted
yeah, that's
scene.
a
true.
lot
And
of
then
prologues
that other prologue
showing her sewing David's head back on.
And I think that stuff's pretty necessary because I guess all these people are married to each other, but you don't really know.
Yeah,
and there's
exactly.
there's
Ship
some
full of spouses.
yeah,
a lot of them existed just to feed to the monsters. too.
which would be okay if
Yeah,
that stuff worked
works.
worked for me, but it didn't. So it's like a mix between. It's like Prometheus meets Alien. It's like a blend of those two,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really work. For
I would
me.
agree with that.
I know you won't give a shit about this, but I found this out today, and I was actually really interested. There's a tie-in novel that's going to actually come out here in the next 2 months.
Just getting like ready to collect dust.
Yeah, it's gonna combine. It's gonna be in between Prometheus and Covenant to tell what happened to Shaw.
Are you going to read it?
I want to, but
You
I
should.
don't.
Yeah, I bet you'll like it.
Yeah, but if it's something you're interested in, why can't you
you'll
read
be able
it?
to read it.
If there's no other way I can find out, then I would really like to.
Well,
read
of course you can read like Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Fucking Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Audiobook maybe, if they have one.
but I rated it a 4 out of 5, and I really liked
Did
it. I had fun.
the 3 times hold up?
Well, I saw it the first night with it at the regular movie theater.
with
then
the boys?
Yeah. Then the
The
second night
boys.
I went to Cinema Center, so I just tried a different atmosphere in a way. And then I went to the drive-in last night. I'd really like to see it in IMAX, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it held up. It's not very long either, which is it kind of goes by pretty quick.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna see it on Friday. And I want to see Prometheus because just
Didn't you see Prometheus?
no, I saw it.
Oh,
remember?
You mean to rewatch it?
Yeah.
If you remember, you made me go, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I have work
Yeah.
at 7 in the morning, and they're like, oh, we'll play in a little bit, and then we waited like an hour
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was a employee.
Oh yeah.
And I remember it starting at like 1 or something stupid like that.
Yeah. And
And-
it was long. It was about a little over 2 hours.
Yeah, and something stupid like that, and I think that also because that's the only time I saw it.
I think people were deflated a little bit in our theater. Because I heard I heard a groan right when it ended. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Well, I heard there was one right beside me.
We saw with Donnie, who obviously, obviously was very antagonistic.
He looked over at
towards
Nick
it,
and said, "That fucking sucked."
Just like old times.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't want to hear this shit. Be in the middle of this shit.
Yeah, so I'll check that out. Jordan, what did you watch other than Alien?
Well, in preparation for Twin Peaks, I rewatched the series and I watched Fire Walk with Me.
And what time? What's?
I don't know, like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like
since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, it's but Fire Walk with Me. I'm sorry, Ben.
You stole my pick.
I actually think
you guys can talk about it.
Okay, this is what I'll talk. I watched the missing pieces.
If we gave the soapbox to Nick for Alien.
Me and Jordan will share this one then.
Yeah. So, and I love Fire Walk with Me. I love all things Twin Peaks. I'm just trying to prepare for the new series, which will have aired by the time this comes out, and
hopefully it's awesome.
Hopefully it lives up. I can't wait. But Fire Walk with Me is just terrifying. I watched some of it with Chelsea, and the scene where she's with Harold. Her face turns like the black lips that like scared the shit out of her because there's so many scary parts. It's just like the dark underbelly.
It's so much more like a David Lynch film than Twin Peaks.
As something that
like in general,
this is what he wants out of the show.
I feel like this new series is going to be more like Fire Walk with Me than the original show.
Yeah,
that's good.
And it's like the dark underbelly of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Because there's humor, but only in the stuff that's not in Twin Peaks, really.
Yeah.
Like like most of the tongue-in-cheekness of like the sweetness of Twin Peaks is like with the Chet Desmond stuff, kind of.
The weird lady dancing, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, do you think in our like scene in our age range, it's like Twin Peaks is popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think it's just because like I don't want to call people like posers, but like, do you think it's an actual thing? You know what I mean? Or like, do you think people will watch this and be satisfied?
It's hard to say because I feel like a lot of people are disappointed when they watch the show and then they go, "Oh, there's a movie. This ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's going to be some resolution," and it's not really like that.
They need to understand David Lynch.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the problem.
I'm not like calling. I don't want to say
No,
people
I understand.
like, but like, there's just it's not like it's not mainstream shit. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
not
it coming to Netflix is what
boosted it
for
a
lot.
It was mainstream when it came out.
Yeah.
The first season.
But like maybe like the concepts and the feelings and stuff like that.
Like the mystery.
Yeah.
People were really, and David Lynch doesn't give a shit about the mystery.
Because it's not like a True Detective where there's a tie at the end.
Well, he really they only came to a conclusion with the Laura Palmer stuff because they were pushed into it.
And they had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may have like left that unrevolved the whole time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And that's an interesting thing, just sort of keeping that going, like dragging that through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this could be. I think people. I would not be surprised if people. I don't think I'll be disappointed.
I bet you it'll be mixed.
I think people could easily. Now it premiered Friday, but
In cans.
no one has said a word.
Good.
And
I don't want to hear
Well,
it.
they're not allowed to.
Oh.
There's an embargo, but also people could have like texted reactions or something, but no one is. The only reaction I saw was like an emoji thing, which seemed very positive.
It's just a log.
Yeah, exactly. People who don't know Twin Peaks or David Lynch especially might not know what to expect and be confused when you should not try to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So there can be an embargo on a show?
Yeah, of
like
course.
reviews.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like
I thought it was only for movies.
Yeah.
This is a big event.
Anything probably you can
Any
review,
media.
any media. Yeah.
Albums,
Yeah.
records, they do it for
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
they wait
Yeah.
until you can release it.
Well, I was talking to a friend from Philly, and he said, I don't know where it was, like maybe downtown or something like that. So there's a big white billboard, and the corner of it. Did you see this?
I've seen. They have a bunch of these billboards.
And there's just on the corner of it, there's a pie, and it's like there's a piece missing.
Yeah.
And then it has like the Twin Peaks logo, no words. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he said, like, down the block, there's another billboard, all white, no words, and then just the piece of the pie with the Twin Peaks logo next to it. That's awesome.
Really?
Very
That's
cryptic.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let him do whatever he wanted.
This
That's
is
awesome.
really dumb.
All right, say it.
But
I love senses
and
that
I've
start
seen the
that way.
series. Why are they? Why are they focusing on? Like, I get Cooper says. I get that's a huge part of his character and like his
What?
tagline, like the pie.
Oh,
That's
it's just like
It's
an
just like a
aesthetic-
fun thing.
aesthetic thing.
okay. So I always see that like people post that
damn
about
fine cup of coffee.
Yeah, I don't. Are they?
It's just iconic in the
Okay.
show.
It's like an
Alright.
Alien when they say that robot's full of cum and they and they
Just
always
like
talk about
coffee
cum.
and pie and the double
Okay.
R and
Yeah, it's just like the aesthetic and like
Yeah.
what
Do you
those
think that
characters are
shit's
about.
gonna still be in this?
absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
He loves that all Americana stuff.
Yeah.
You know, axes.
He's gonna be in it, right?
David Lynch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just excited to see him direct something again. It's been
Me
too
too.
long.
And his last thing.
Well, he
possibly.
actually said
He
was
said that was
misquoted.
taken out of
He
context.
He said, "I don't know."
Yeah. Well, I could see that too.
He
like,
just said TV is where the art house
Yeah.
is. That's
Sure.
basically all he said.
Well, did you see Jordan Peele? He was gonna do like some movies, but now
Akira,
he's doing
yeah.
the HBO show.
Yeah, that's like an anthology with like black culture. I think.
Yeah, it's like supernatural stuff with dealing with like Jim Crow laws and stuff.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
kind of want people to not do the TV stuff. I want them to.
I know what
stay,
you mean. Yeah.
but because
But-
I do I can't. Why
Isn't it
can't I
cool-
blame them for getting
They
to
can
make what they want?
flesh out
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah.
but you know, movies are cool too.
Maybe we should wait till Nick finishes eating.
Onion smells like shit.
You can't hear this shit on the air.
Oh, it stinks though. What's he eating?
Like, what is he doing?
He's holding it in. Anyway,
Try not to chew.
Ben, did you see anything else you want to talk about, or
I mean,
Twin Peaks is what you've been
I-
buzzing on?
I was consumed.
I didn't.
pretty
I didn't
lately.
watch the missing pieces. I actually wanted to rewatch that, but
What's
I
that?
didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell is the missing piece?
It's part
It's-
of the Blu-ray with all the deleted scenes
Oh,
from
okay.
Fire Walk
It's-
with Me, but
it's-
it's put together.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
it's the deleted scene, an hour and a half of deleted scenes. Some of them are meaningless. Some of them are really cool. Some of them give us answers that
Yeah,
we don't have.
that's why I wanted to watch it.
Yeah,
but-
which are also in the book. Both books we read.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we kind of know. We understand at least what happens in between.
Now, let me ask you this, Ian.
All right.
What particularly didn't stick with you about Twin Peaks?
Well, I have a hard thing with like TV shows in general. I think
I do
you
too.
kind of do too.
Yeah.
I get like I think I was binge watching it a little bit, and I got burnt out. And I got burnt out on the low.
You got spoiled. I was there when
Yep.
you got spoiled.
Oh yeah.
Casey Asvec. I'm gonna call
And
her
I'm
out.
pretty sure you stopped watching after that for the
Yeah.
most part.
Shouldn't.
But
Spoil-
I was in season 2, and it was at the low end, and I just got burnt out on it, and then it started getting like uber popular, and I just didn't.
Sometimes that has a reverse
it
effect,
does.
like me too.
Yeah,
I just see I
Like
don't know.
Stranger Things.
No, I want to watch Stranger Things, but maybe deep down in my head, that's what happens.
there's like a subconscious thing with me where it's like the fans kind of sometimes
Yeah.
ruin things for you, and I shouldn't let that happen. I should enjoy it for what it is.
I get what you're saying, and I think they kind of. But you're a fan of David Lynch.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's
I don't
why.
think I
That's
think
why I
that's
wanna
the
watch it.
divide between
Yeah,
these fans and because I
Pop
don't think they
culture fans,
yeah.
you know?
And I don't think they truly understand. You know what I mean?
Like I'm better than everybody that likes Twin Peaks.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I have got good.
Hey.
They
taste.
watch The Killing and they're like, it's like Twin Peaks. I'm like, no, it's
Riverdale.
I
Riverdale.
forgot about that.
You know, everything wants to be Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
but they're not. None
Alan
of it
Wake.
has any.
Alan Wake kind of is.
Is it?
Well, it
always
actually,
wanted to
Alan
do that.
Wake has actual references.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so does Riverdale because I watched that. They do the exact same. His hair goes white.
So does
Oh,
Wayward
okay.
Pines.
Yeah. There's a ton of like knockoffs, but none of them feel anything like David Lynch. They're
No.
just trying to take the little
Yeah.
like
The mystery, small
Yeah.
town.
And that last episode is like the most David Lynch thing in the entire
Yeah.
show.
I never
I know
saw it.
you would love it.
Yeah.
How's Annie?
I should.
yeah. One of the missing pieces is right after that.
Nick
Really?
just watching
I mean,
it on
I've watched
YouTube.
it before, but I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I remember Nick saying he just watched it on YouTube or something like that, and Ben was like, "Why wouldn't you just watch the whole thing?"
Well, I watched.
wa-
I came in his
Yeah.
Oh,
room.
you spoiled.
No,
you
Well,
spoiled.
no, I
the
spoiled it
first
for
time,
myself.
the first time I like had ever watched it, I was finishing it up. It was right at the end, and Nick just walked into my room because we lived together at the time, and he's just like, "What the hell?" Well, he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
And then I wanted.
And then
to
you
watch
got
it.
obsessed with it for a little bit.
And he tried to watch the pilot like it took him 4 times to get through
That
it.
still takes me a little bit. To
Why?
get in.
Just because it's long?
No, I don't know. I know everybody says that the pilot is the best thing, but I disagree.
I think the pilot is one of the best things David Lynch has done. Period.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the pilot, but it didn't grab me like it did. For
But when
a lot
I
of
first
people.
watched Twin Peaks, I had no idea what it was. I was just going through his whole filmography.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
My favorite part is that part with the Civil War.
the Ben Horn Civil
Yeah.
War plot.
Yeah.
that they gave up so we could like.
What about
what's
the-
beaver or raccoon or
That was fucking
the
the
squirrel?
worst
Some like native squirrel. he's
I don't
trying to
remember.
Hated
save.
that shit.
Yeah.
There's a dip. I don't
Yeah.
deny. Yeah.
That was when David Lynch wasn't directing it, right?
Well, he
He
didn't direct
actually-
all of it. He only did.
No, he did
no.
like 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the best episodes were him, and even some of the beginning of season 2, which is amazing, he was not super there.
Yeah.
So there were times where he was in and out.
He was doing Wild at Heart,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I recently watched Kelly blah 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 Kelly Reichardt's Rivers of Grass.
The fuck
Oh,
is that?
River of Grass.
Cool.
Uh,
Kelly Reichardt. She made Certain Women and
Night.
Night of the
Moves.
Hunter.
Yeah,
Moves.
it's the
Oh,
one I
Night
brought
Moves
up
with
that movie.
Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Miller's.
No, the Meek's Cut Off.
Meek's Cut Off. Yeah. Wow. I'm
Gonna
like,
say, not Miller's Crossing.
I'm out of it. Meek's Cut Off. No, I love Miller's Crossing. This is her first movie. It did like Sundance, and then it just kind of disappeared. And then there was a re-release, 15 or so years later, and now it's on Amazon Prime. It doesn't really feel like anything. Her themes are there, but like her movies are slow.
Yeah,
And
they are.
This moves at a quick pace, fairly quick pace, and it's definitely enjoyable. It's very reminiscent of probably any major filmmaker's like first movie, because
like
it's
trying to find their style.
yeah, but like even like plot wise, like
Yeah.
considered like Lovers on the Run, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Badlands, Bottle Rocket,
Loveless, the Catherine Bigelow. one.
like
yeah.
all which is stuff I love.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's definitely worth checking out. I gave it like 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. It's fun. It's short.
Cool.
I will say one last thing about Alien Covenant. Amy Semitz better stick to fucking acting, because Jesus Christ, she was better in that than fucking Sun Don't Shine anything and Sun
Well,
Don't
she
Shine.
directed
She didn't.
I know.
She wasn't in it.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying she should stick to acting.
Well, actually, she's doing really well with Girlfriend Experience on H.
It's Showtime. I think. Or is it Cinema? It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's I think it's Showtime. But that show's supposed to be great.
She's
yeah.
directing and writing, and I think I didn't see any, but I heard she's doing
Her
some
part's
good stuff.
wasted in Alien anyway.
So
She plays.
Danny McBride.
She kind of
wife.
does one of those stupid things a la Prometheus. Not
Yeah.
quite as stupid, but there's some stupid
Yeah.
things.
But yeah, I counter you on that. I think she should still do what she does.
Yeah, she can do whatever the hell she wants.
You should just keep shoving McDonald's in
Yeah.
your mouth.
Well,
We need an air freshener down here.
Oh, it did smell like cat.
Stinky.
It smelled like cat piss. Now it smells like fucking onions. All right,
Good.
I'm gonna go get some Febreze. I'll be back.
Good.
So Ben, what did we watch this week?
First off, we watched Black Narcissus. It was directed by Michael Powell and Emeric Pressburger. It was written by Rumer Godin, Michael Powell, and Emeric Pressburger. It was released in 1947, and it stars Deborah Kerr and David Farrar. The plot synopsis is: after opening a convent in the Himalayas, 5 nuns encounter conflict and tension, both with the natives and also within their own group, as they attempt to adapt to the remote, exotic surroundings.
The only thing I liked about this was semi liked about this was the end.
Oh, the
I
end's
think.
cool.
Yeah, the end's.
Kind of felt like you guys might destroy me for saying this.
Probably not.
It
'cause-
kind of felt like a Twin Peaks type thing, like at the reveal.
Or of just like some random, not random, but like,
like a horror element,
Yeah,
sort of.
it kind of
sign
came
a
out of
seal.
nowhere. It kind of came out of nowhere. Honestly,
A lot of people consider this a horror movie.
really.
And I don't really see that, but
yeah.
I do. To me, did any of you guys watch Devils?
No, I was thinking about
Devils
that.
is a much more extreme version of
Yeah.
this. So we have these 2 nuns.
Horny nun, the
Yeah.
horny nun genre.
Yeah, exactly.
is that an
And
older one or
Ken
newer?
the
60s,
Devils?
right?
Yeah.
I think it was.
65, 67,
I think it was 71.
71.
Yeah, that movie's fucked though.
Yeah.
But still, the uncut version does not exist. But because we have these horny nuns, who are isolated in the Himalayas, that after they're sent there to kind of bring their religion and faith and medicine.
To fucking colonize India.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the same idea in Silence, but in
Yeah.
Silence, where they go to, in Silence, they are not asked to come.
Yeah.
They are rejected, and
yeah.
here they are asked to come and kind of bring their word
Yeah.
because I guess this, what do they call him? The emperor
The general.
here, the general
Yeah.
and the young general.
Who is roughly brown faced.
Yeah, the one general, the other, the young general,
Yeah.
Sabu, is
Yeah.
not.
Sabu from ECW.
Anyway,
They kind of they feel like their people are kind of like savages, but they're fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't bother them. They just want them to be healthy. They want to educate them and kind of make it more civilized.
Yeah.
They want the culture to kind of change for the better, like European.
Well, yeah, that's the whole British colonialization of India.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's post World War II.
Yeah.
That's the historical context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this an acclaimed movie?
Yeah.
it's a Criterion.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell does that mean? 'Cause
Well, it means that it's acclaimed to some
It
degree.
means it's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the aspect
Film lovers like it.
Yeah.
All right. Because I have a lot of Criterions on Laserdisc that I don't think would ever fucking make it on
Like
a
what?
DVD. Like Bram Stoker's Dracula, or
Well,
just
that's
like
only-
really random things. that
Yeah,
you
they
wouldn't
would.
think.
It's just they don't have the rights to release them. They would re-release them once they get them back.
Yeah, and that's a big director
They
that
do
did that
they
movie
do that-
anyway.
There was just something recently that it was just only on Laserdisc, and they just recently put.
Yeah, they just did it with Sid and Nancy too.
Yeah, that's
Sid
what
and
it- that's what
Sid
it
and
was.
Nancy was out of print DVD, and now they got
Oh,
the
really?
rights back to release it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're more about important
Yeah.
than good.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that means. You know what I mean? So, of course, this is a Criterion, and that's one of the reasons I saw it's also directed by the Archers, Michael Powell and Emeric Pressburger, who I've admired from The Red Shoes and.
This is my first of them.
Yeah. Did you not see Peeping Tom? That's
No.
just Powell, but
No, I didn't.
very cool. And I've heard Death of Colonel Blimp is really good,
Yeah.
and they're very acclaimed. They're like known for big widescreen productions and Technicolor. So this movie, obviously, do you guys agree that it looked beautiful?
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah.
think
That's
that's
definitely one of the
Especially
best things about it.
1947.
Yeah,
yeah.
1947. It's like, the beginnings of color in film.
When did
Technicolor.
Ordette come out?
55.
Yeah, it was after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But Ordette is not an American or British production.
Yeah.
So they do have less resources
Yeah.
in those places.
But man, like it wasn't shot on site.
No, it was filmed at Pinewood Studios, which is where Batman Returns was filmed.
But
Okay,
isn't that-
anyway,
but isn't that
there
cool?
was my pun for the.
Well, at least you
episode.
brought something to the
Hey,
conversation.
I'm happy.
But isn't
yeah.
that cool though? Like that setting is so believable.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Even with the matte paintings and the
Where that old fuck was staring out into
The Holy Man.
the wasteland.
Oh,
all,
yeah, the Holy
all-
Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all movie long.
he was the coolest one of the whole crew.
Yeah.
Not that
Fast-
shorts fucking
Mr. Dean,
yeah.
Brit.
little asshole.
That's why Nick didn't like this movie because his hatred towards British people.
No,
Does that have anything to do with it?
no.
Hopefully, those guys from the movies theater that you always hated.
They were
are
riding.
listening.
They were riding some awfully small horses in this.
Dude,
Yeah,
they
they
gotta,
were.
They gotta work on their budget.
Yeah, because they only could get the mini horses.
The mini horses, yeah.
Little
But
Yeah,
Sebastian.
Mr. Dean was like his legs were like touching the ground.
I know.
He's like drunk.
I was like, he could just walk.
yeah.
But I can just sort of hear some like resistance of from like Ben and Nick. I sort of like I expected this to be something more. I did enjoy it technically and visually, but I do think there's like some problems with character development throughout the movie. I think there's like maybe a storyline that probably works better in its original form as the book.
Right.
There might be like one or two storylines that work better for in the book.
I agree. I feel like because they're trying to touch on this idea that what this area does to them.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the isolation, and I feel like I was being told that, but I didn't feel that super strongly.
Exactly.
The whole time, and the only really physical representation of that was from Sister Ruth, who went mad, you know, and the other one. Sister Superior,
Yeah.
Clodan,
yeah,
somehow
Coda.
Yeah.
kind of suppressed that, but acknowledged it.
And it showed it in her head.
Yeah, so it's interesting because it has there's a lot going on.
But there's like the other sisters that are dealing with things, and
Exactly.
like the one who is in charge of like the garden, and she grew flowers instead of food, and it kind of just sort of skirts over that.
Yeah, I think this is more of to me, I agree about characters because it's more of like they have personal struggles and external struggles
Yeah.
that are constantly happening.
Yeah.
And I think thematically it's strong, but I do agree that it doesn't kind of come across on the
develop.
screen
Yeah,
to me as
yeah.
well. And now I agree that the book's probably amazing, and the way this looks is amazing, but
Yeah.
maybe it just needed to be longer.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, it needs to flesh out some stuff, especially with Sister Ruth, who goes mad. I feel like, it's showing her just like angry and maybe a little jealous, and then all of a sudden she
It flips a switch,
runs,
kind of.
and I mean that truthfully might happen, but
Yeah.
I just feel like if it to be super believable, but also that also kind of works in this movie.
I think it's an era of subtlety, and
Because-
for us, it
well,
might
this
be
is
too much. Yeah.
But this is also like a super melodramatic movie.
oh, absolutely.
So-
Overacting all over the place.
So like a flip of a switch kind
Yeah.
of makes sense,
Yeah.
Sister Ruth,
That old
the old hag.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, she's so mean.
Well, she was like making fun of,
And she was hitting Kamchi.
yeah.
That little peasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was what's lemony? Why'd they keep
think that's
saying
like
The
that?
little kid kept calling. I think that's
it's
the
like
word for sister.
Okay,
or,
he kept saying it. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what it actually means, but I
Yeah.
knew who he was referring to when he said it.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, and what was her Gene Simmons? That's Gene Simmons. Her name's Gene Simmons, and but she was all brown face.
yeah, I don't know if I really loved the Kamchi and
No.
young Jet Sabu.
Well, like why did they show that?
I think that's part of the temptation that's ongoing.
It's showing. Yeah, but
I think, yeah,
well,
I
it might
think
also be like maybe reminding.
they're trying to show us a weak person who's young and trying to grow into it, and he's trying to go beyond what his surroundings are.
Yeah, I just didn't like.
I
didn't know how like he's. I didn't assume that he was Christian, but later he becomes Christian. I know
he wants to learn. He
wants to learn. Yeah,
he wants to learn.
So, but he's not following the ways of Christianity. I didn't think so. It's just kind of like odd.
Right. It's interesting that before they go to the Himalayas, they are told to work, and
Yeah.
the not mother superior, but the
The head nun.
head nun,
Yeah.
whatever you call the head nun,
Miss
says
Trunchbull
Yeah.
from Matilda.
has doubts with Deborah Kerr's character, Clogane.
Yeah.
Coda.
What the? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, some of the shit in this
I'm gonna
movie
call
for me
it
was hard to follow for some
Somebody's
reason.
really
James.
called Gene Simmons?
I'm pretty sure the actress's name is. Gene
Oh,
Not the
okay.
character.
Okay, I was like, I missed that.
Well, why would it matter?
I'll call
Gene
her Sister
Simmons'
Superior.
kiss wasn't even around when this movie was
No,
made. It
it's
doesn't
just
matter.
a toy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Deborah Kerr's character, I'll call Sister Superior. Clouda.
Yes.
Cloda.
Yeah. Cloda.
Okay.
There's a no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sister
Weird-ass
Superior.
names.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. That Nick's Gene Simmons.
The tonal shift at the end was the thing that it got me back interested.
Oh,
yeah,
I
it really did.
I think the moment when she opens the door
Yeah.
and she's
it's
enclosed.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's
that's-
exciting, and the use of color in this movie is really awesome.
Yeah.
I just think this movie creates it's in like almost impeccable, like the sense of environment and space and setting and atmosphere that
Yeah.
this movie provides, like of what these people feel, is really great. The flashbacks are so fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, because it really is very subtle how they kind of their old relationships and their old life before they were there, and they kind of like coexist with the desire they have for Mr. Dean, even though Sister Superior specifically kind of resents him. Because he's
'Cause she-
bringing up
yeah.
those
Yeah.
feelings in
Yeah.
her.
Well, I think it's directed perfectly with how she's praying and she's not thinking about God. She's drifting.
Right.
And
right.
it goes into her fishing with like her last love, and and then it cuts away, and then like there's like a Christmas thing, and they're singing a Christmas song, and then she fades into a time where she was caroling with this guy, and it's just so fucking perfect how it pops in and out.
There,
Just started getting hornier and hornier.
Yeah.
no, it's very true, and it's like the Devils a lot, but in the Devils, it goes to the point that they're used as like weapons almost,
Okay.
because they're they're like unbelievably horny. Like
Yeah.
they literally take a charred bone remain and
Ew.
Yikes.
And if
Shove
you
it up
couldn't see what he did, you don't wanna.
yeah, the Devils is like kind of like a extreme exploitation representation of this.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's why it was so offensive that they literally buried it for
Yeah.
years, and it was a big budget. That was one of the movies I almost picked for this time, but I
The Horny
wanted
Devils.
I picked these in spite of Nick. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm
We're
just
all
kidding.
going against him. But anyway, well, I'm glad you did. I've never seen this before.
yeah, I want to see all their
And
movies.
it's so gorgeous. Those
Yeah.
there's like those shots, especially in the beginning when it's like of the old lady and the lighting. It's a close up of her, and it's just like the way it's lit. It looks like portraits of how it's
The costume design
yeah.
too.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's really impressive.
It's interesting how they kind of, because it's very it uses more vibrant colors later on in the movie when things go wild.
Yeah.
But it's still very dark.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the native land there is more vibrant than
Yeah.
this kind of the palace that they live in.
Yeah.
Which is also an amazing piece of set design. You know,
Yeah.
that thing is enormous and wild.
Well, one thing I guess it's kind of realistic, but the way they didn't portray the natives as like primitive or like children, but they did call them primitive children. But which probably at that time,
Yeah.
these idiots thought that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think the royalty there felt that too.
Yeah, I don't think it was disrespectful of the culture. I think it just shows what these people thought.
Yeah,
at
like
the time.
Mr. Dean was a real interesting character because he brought it up that if they provided them medicine that couldn't save them, that they should resist because it would turn the whole
village
village against them because they would think it's magic.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really interesting. Mr. Dean's very interesting altogether. He's
Yeah, 'cause-
like an agent there, right?
Yeah, he's government worker. Yeah.
And he kind of is the only person who kind of understands the disconnect.
Yeah.
And that's kind of makes me think of Silence in ways that we'll get to
Yeah.
as well. Because here they're trying to plant a faith in a geographic area that doesn't stay.
So I wonder if I don't know, Indian history or British colonial history that well, but wonder, I wonder what stage of, development.
Like how did it go from there to now?
Well, no. If this at that point in time it was a colony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It British run, British controlled. I'm just curious about that. But when this was released, what was it, like a month later or days later? The British released their control of.
Oh, I
of
didn't know
India.
that.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't hear
fascinating.
that.
Yeah. By the time it hit the States, India wasn't a colony.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
It if you want to consider their how they treat those natives to compared to how British treated ours.
Oh,
it's
I think it was a lot worse than
oh
portrayed.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You think it's rewriting history a little bit.
I know it's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
worse
yeah.
than portrayed.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
So,
but even in the 40s, it seems kind of
yeah,
they seem kind of nicer than I thought they would.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's nothing's negative.
Yeah. It is,
but it's not harsh. At least,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean. They just call them children and primitives.
It's
No
softened
biggie.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
no biggie. Get over it.
It's just like the Lost City of Z. Did anybody watch that?
I have
No.
James
No.
Gray's a racist.
No.
No.
You all should. It's amazing.
No, I want to. It's on my list of many. So
I want to,
No, you
but
don't.
then I can continue to just fucking live my life.
you don't want to see it.
I don't know what it is.
Do you like James Gray? I think you would.
Who is it?
He did Two Lovers. He did.
I saw that and I thought that was pretty good.
What's that? Joaquin Phoenix gangster
We Own
movie?
the Night?
Oh,
We Own the Night.
yeah.
He did Little Odessa.
Yeah,
he's
I
awesome.
I
His
like
early
that.
stuff is awesome.
I just have no desire to
You
watch.
don't
The
like
Lost City
Charlie
of Z.
Hunneman, though, do you?
I don't really.
Yeah, I
either.
like him. I thought he was awesome as Jax.
Oh,
You watched
Jax.
Son of Anarchy?
Yeah, I saw the
You
first
didn't watch
3
all of
seasons.
it.
First 3 seasons.
Oh, that's more.
Well, I
than
remember
thought
in your King Arthur critique, you said he.
He was mediocre in
I don't
in
think
King
he's
Arthur.
I don't think he's that great.
Yeah,
but
he's just.
I think
kinda,
he'd be fine as a supporting, but I think he
Yeah.
gets
He was
jammed in
kind
your
of
face.
stupid in
Kind of.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
I thought he was fine.
I
but-
think he's fine. I think he's I like him less than Garrett Hudland, and that's who I kind of compare him to.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is a lot like that guy.
Yeah.
But the one thing I thought about that was also interesting is how Mr. Dean constantly kind of denied their Christianity when she would use it in practice. He would say, "Is that something that Christ would do?" When she would be mean.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting because he was almost like guarding the natives
Oh,
from, you know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah.
He almost seemed to be the one who understood them more than anybody. And obviously he did. He's been
He
there
lived there. Yeah.
longer.
Well, I also sort of kind of saw it as he was just using it as a thing to grate her. You know what I mean? Sort of
Well,
get at her.
that true.
Yeah.
That true.
Yeah.
That true.
Yeah. So
That too.
That's true. That's true.
But
yeah, because he did. Well, he went to the Christmas mass like drunk.
Yeah.
Because he just
why wouldn't? Well,
he was just doing his own thing.
Yeah, but then at the end, like when Sister Ruth goes mad, he like is like pushing her away.
Yeah, he just doesn't want involved
yeah, he
in
wants
that
nothing
shit.
to do.
Yeah.
He wants nothing
Yeah.
to do with it. And
Oh,
man, she is
that-
in love.
Yeah,
She is like, it's like the only man she saw.
yeah.
Besides what's the little boy, the translator boy name?
Joseph.
Sabu.
No, Sabu's like the prince.
Oh.
Like it's like Joseph or something. What's that?
That's Sabu from ECW's taunt.
But I love that scene. It's like the POV shot of when she's like getting red and raging, and like then she like passes out, and the camera just like falls.
Even the first,
That shit happens then. Like at
Oh.
47 is crazy.
yeah, the style in the last half hour
Yeah,
is amazing.
yeah.
And when the shots ringing the bell and how it kind
Yeah.
of calls back to the end is incredible
yeah,
too,
like
because you
it's-
always think somebody's gonna fall
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
I gotta say, when I first saw her ringing the bell like towards the beginning, I was like, I wonder if that's gonna play into it somehow, because I didn't know it was gonna go like in that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
So it is
Say what
kind
else
of
you
cool.
said in the beginning.
What?
You said this is boring as fuck.
It's
It was
slow.
slow.
I'm not lying.
Well, it's a drama set in a covenant or
A convent.
Convent. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not my cup of tea.
It is. It did
Yeah.
for being 100 minutes. It felt pretty long, but towards the end, it did pick up.
Yeah. Got more dramatic.
This is about to pick up.
But yeah, overall, I expected a little bit more out of it.
I think I did too.
But I still enjoyed it. I recognize it as a beautiful work, and it's if I think about it as more atmosphere and then like of like a character drama,
yeah, well, I think
enjoyed a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that it feels so melodramatic and
Yeah.
like typical Hollywood movies at
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Even with the music. And
Yeah.
That it takes over the atmosphere, and it might have been a way to kind of ingratiate the normal audiences at the time
Yeah,
into this.
yeah.
So. I also enjoyed it. I didn't like it as much as the other movies
Yeah.
that I've seen from them.
I do like how the title is the
Perfume.
the scent
Smell.
and
Yeah.
that scent brings you back, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of interesting. But it's not like, I guess that is like the whole like drama of the movie, but like I don't know, they just didn't feel like, maybe because we watch Silence too, but there's not like this presence of God or something. You know what I mean? There's like this weird like
I think it's the absence of God.
Yeah, I
Just
can
like
see that.
Silence, that it's more
Oh.
about. You know what I mean?
oh wow, you just changed my life. No, but okay, that makes sense too, because they're they're on the top of this mountain, they're secluded, they don't have that. You're right, because
Right.
that's what the flowers are about.
Yeah.
I bet you.
And the Holy Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
who-
reminding them that
Yeah.
God's not there, or is he?
Silence.
Yeah. So I'd give it a 3.5, very close to a 4, but
I'm on the 3.5 page
Yeah.
too. I felt more disappointed at first
yeah,
than I thought I would be, but I did like it.
yeah.
I give it a 2.
All right,
Ruthless, Ben.
I give it a
For me, it
0.
is.
a 0.
Yeah, I give it a 0.
You
'cause
give it
I-
a 0, even though you said you liked an aspect
because
of it.
I
So
gave
wouldn't that at
Ordette
least
a half star, and I thought Ordette flowed better as a movie.
Oh, that surprises
Than
me.
this.
I think I understand that too.
I think Ordette's a better movie. I liked
do.
Ordette more.
I liked
I
Ordette.
give him the same
Yeah, right.
score, I think. Boring religious movies. No, I'm just kidding.
No, there were things about it I liked, but overall, it wasn't
Did it
really
make you-
for
did
me.
you see-
Didn't do much
Does
for
the
me.
end make you feel like Black Swan? At all?
Maybe
Like
a
the
little. I
red
didn't really,
eyes,
I
the
didn't really
head
think
to-
about
that's
it,
like
but
that's like a Powell and Pressburger thing. They have those like the bloodshot eyes at the
Yeah.
bottom. Like the first time they showed the Sister Ruth, and she's like,
yeah, when she
Yeah.
walks
Oh,
into that
that's-
room and her,
And I feel like her
I-
teeth are really long, and she
Oh,
has like
yeah.
devil teeth or something. Awesome. Very cool.
giving a movie a 0 when you said there was something about it you liked, that doesn't even make any sense to
No,
me.
he had nothing to say about it anyway.
Well, he said more than the last time. So.
He said more things that had nothing to do
like
with the movie. I
Sabu
agree.
and
Yeah.
doing the
Well,
taunt.
at least we know
Gene Simmons.
At least we know his heart's still beating. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we're gonna go tempt some nuns. We'll be right back. gonna give a moment of.
Yeah.
What's up, Ben? What what did we watch?
We watched Silence. It was directed by Martin Scorsese. It was written by Jay Cox and Martin Scorsese. It was released in 2016. It stars Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and Liam Neeson. Plot synopsis is the story of two missionaries who travel to Japan in search of their missing mentor at a time when Christianity is outlawed. When they are captured, both men are plunged into an odyssey that will risk their lives.
Did you get your jollies off, Martin? Finally fucking making your passion project?
Is this what you want?
Is this what you want? Are you done now?
Get back to the goods.
Yeah.
Right? No.
Well, now he's making The Irishman, so maybe that's the good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I bet it's gonna be different than.
Yeah, he already said it's not going to be like
yeah.
what
It's
people
also on
are.
Netflix, which is
sucks
to me is making me mad.
You're
Well,
anti-Netflix right now.
I'm becoming anti-Netflix.
I'm not gonna say I'm anti-Netflix yet. I am disappointed in how Netflix handles things. I like how they do. They give some freedom, but
I agree.
recently they said no to Bong Joon-ho about 35 millimeter. He was gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't have enough fucking money to let
Yeah.
him do that.
Was it a money thing?
Oh, I don't know. But
I didn't know the reason, but they said
what other reasons are
yeah,
there
true.
really?
Yeah. So
It is thankfully getting a theatrical release in at least a couple countries.
Cool.
That's the most important thing. In
Okja
France,
or
yeah,
yeah.
The only thing,
and South Korea.
The only
Yeah.
thing I'd say about Netflix is there's so much content.
You're
It's
drowning
so hard
us,
to
yeah.
keep up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't market their content. They don't care
It just
about
comes
the
up
movies.
that
like
stupid movie with Brad Pitt that's coming
War
out.
Machine, exactly.
I don't think it's. You know who's doing it? The guy who did the Rover.
that's
Oh
all right.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
It looks like The Men Who Stare at Goats or something like something.
Well,
just
I was
like,
excited
meh.
about that too, and was
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
And Beast of No Nation was disappointing.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but I expected more out of it.
I liked it.
I just can't
Yeah.
keep up with
But
everything.
I think it's disappointing how they market, and I think they're drowning us in mediocrity with like TV shows and.
I'd rather they do TV shows. I want my movies to be in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Your hair's getting gray, old man.
I'm getting. We're
I'm
gonna
just
lose.
teasing.
We're gonna lose something.
Yeah.
In France, you have to wait 2 years before it goes on streaming.
Damn.
People still want to go to the theater though. I don't think that's going to go away.
The problem is the only thing they feel like they can compete with is by making movies like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. People didn't
And
really.
that's-
Yeah. Go ahead.
And all the good stuff is going straight to Netflix because they get the freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
thought
guess
more
I can see that.
I thought more people, not to bring it back up, but I thought more people would go see Alien Covenant.
Oh,
I
brother.
I
It did
thought
pretty
was-
well.
Yeah, I think it.
It did okay.
Yeah.
But you should have seen how many cars were at the drive-in last night for it versus the Guardians of the
Well, it was
Galaxy.
kind of
on
a
the other
shitty
screen.
day for.
You know our
driving.
area doesn't matter.
I know, but it just made me think like.
But
damn.
ticket sales are supposed to be down for this summer, the worst in a decade.
Well, I don't think the
Are you
summer has a
serious?
fantastic lineup in general.
Yeah, all
Captain Underpants. That'll bring up people.
Couple kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm curious because last episode Nick said he wanted to see this, and we were all kind of like, "Really, dude?"
Like what?
Yeah, let's.
And
That's a good point.
what you think?
I liked it, but I am right on the cusp of a positive versus a negative.
Oh, I
So-
thought you were going to say you were going to apostatize.
No. No, I'm
Oh
right
my
on
god,
the
he's
cusp.
just peeling off that cross tattoo from his leg.
But I'll tell you what, it did have the shit in it that I was thinking it was going to have
Like torturing
that you
Christians?
said it wasn't going to.
What?
It had some pretty suspenseful moments.
I wouldn't say they're suspenseful.
Not suspenseful, but it had those like
affecting scenes.
yeah, it had those
Well,
moments
yeah,
where
but it's
like
not
of
a
torture and
it's not
stuff.
it's not a torture porn movie. It's not an
No, no,
action
no, no,
movie.
no,
But you know what I'm saying though? When you're like, dude, I at least need some fucking like fingers cut off. It's
No.
different.
Like,
than,
did you want it to be more like Passion of the Christ, like that kind of
I
thing?
knew that it wasn't going to be like there.
Well, no, you didn't because you were like, the trailer has drums and it's fast paced. And I'm like, dude, it's not like that.
like the parts where they were going down in the fucking
pit.
in the pit and like in the water and stuff
I
like
said
that.
there was a lot of torture.
and like
I,
when he lit up that people on fire and shit.
I didn't tell
was
you.
intense.
that makes a good movie.
Yeah, that makes a good movie.
If it didn't have that, would have been good.
It would have been a lot slower.
Well, it's not like those
It's
scenes
slow.
speed up.
But I'll tell you what, it wasn't
No.
as slow as I was expecting it to
No,
be
it's
from what you
super
guys were
engaging.
saying.
Yeah, for how long it is, it doesn't feel that slow.
No, it went by pretty. It went by pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I it's super engaging. I think.
Fucking gorgeous.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The first shot.
Is Akira Kurosawa ripoff. Foggy.
Oh, yeah, the-
Japanese. No, I'm not saying it's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Widescreen. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. The first shot when they have like the mist coming out of those
like
little
hot pools.
springs,
Yeah.
and it's just, and then the first shot literally transitions where the mist goes from, and it's a different shot, but the
Yeah.
mist just moves over and
Yep.
it changes, and it's so damn good.
This didn't win.
Best cinematography.
What
it did not.
did? Do you remember? Best cinematography?
La La
Suicide
Land?
Squad. Just kidding.
Oh,
Moonlight didn't win. La La Land probably did win.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
But anyway, yeah, didn't win. Sorry, person. Who shot this?
Rodrigo Perito. I
Oh
think.
yeah. Gorgeous looking movie for sure. But yeah, so I'm glad to hear that because I was like I don't know what he sees in it, but
I really like Andrew Garfield too.
I'm hit or miss. Like I think he has a very like emotive face, and like his eyes like share emotion, but I think there was like definitely some like accent dropping or something like that. It just seemed kind of funky.
It'd be interesting to see him as a bad guy, but I think he plays a great good guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything that he wasn't a good guy.
Yeah.
Even 99 Homes, he
Was
kinda
still like the
shifts a little bit. but
protagonist.
yeah,
Yeah.
now that
That's
you
a good
say it, I
movie.
don't think of. Yeah, I don't.
So-
he is
yeah.
always good.
So
like that.
I watched Hacksaw Ridge again not a couple of days ago, and I was like, man, he is great in that. And so I don't know.
You pro Garfield?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
and I'm pro Adam Driver too.
I'm pro Garfield.
Yeah, I thought Adam Driver was good in this with what he had. His parts were.
Yeah, he kind of falls
Yeah.
out there for a while and then
Liam-
comes back.
Liam Neeson actually showed some of his repertoire that I am
Liam
not
Neeson's
used to
good.
seeing.
He's good.
I think he's good too,
But with me, if someone would just say, "Oh, Liam Neeson movie," I would fucking roll my eyes because
Yeah.
I think of like Taken Forward.
You
You
think
know what I
of
mean?
Nonstop and like
Yeah,
that shit.
it's just
but
like,
in
all right.
this, like when he was just like,
But he has his chops. He was gonna be Lincoln
Yeah.
20
Oh,
years
really?
ago or something like
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Lincoln. Obviously, he's in Schindler's List.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Sure.
He's a
next
great
of kin.
actor. It's kind of like judging actors for their worst. Isn't that something we should always not do? Like
exactly.
Nicolas Cage. You
Yeah.
know?
I think he's good in the typecasted role too, but I
Well,
just
you
get tired
like,
of it.
You like
But
old
I
man.
just get tired of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and you like old man
yeah,
badasses.
Yeah.
About
like John
Darkman.
Travolta. I don't think
Darkman's
John Travolta's a bad actor.
So do I.
He
When
is-
I first heard
yeah.
about Taken, like I was like, damn, this is gonna be awesome.
You just did the animosity Empires thing.
Wait, what about it? John Travolta? Oh, I think he's a terrible actor.
No,
but
he
I
said
like
he
him.
doesn't. He doesn't think. he's
No, but you like him in things like From Paris with Love and Taking a
Forger.
Pelham 1, 2, 3.
I want to see that movie so bad, Life on the Line or whatever with John Travolta. It looks so bad.
lick my bunghole, motherfucker.
Yeah. But yeah,
Anyway, Silence. So you enjoyed it. This I saw it again in theaters a couple weeks ago. So give me what does anybody else think about it? I need a little refresher before I hop in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Or you know what it's about, but basically the way I feel is, it's very deliberate intentionally.
Yeah, it tortures you with them.
We want to kind of be in the same mindset as these Jesuit priests because they're suffering
Yeah,
as we are. What's interesting to me is
And
how
as Jesus suffered.
as Jesus suffered,
Yeah.
but maybe we're not supposed to suffer like Jesus
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
did.
me
Yeah,
too.
what do you think?
what we're not supposed to. What,
Yeah.
what was the question?
Animosity Empires.
Yeah.
Great album.
Anyway, so I definitely see it as that too. Like, do you think God spoke to him?
See, that's where the disconnect was with me.
Ooh.
Now, I don't mean to be a miserable quote unquote for the particular maybe listener still that said I'm a miserable bastard. I am a miserable bastard.
Yeah, we know that.
This is where the disconnect was with me. When we die, I think we just fucking fade into black and that's it. I don't believe in any of this shit.
You don't believe in an afterlife.
I do not
Yeah.
believe in any of this
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were, the fact that they were martyrs and they were willing to, do anything before they, denounced their
Blasphemy.
faith.
Yeah, yeah.
That to me was just fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
But not just for them though, because it also hurt other people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yes, because the Japanese learned very quickly that they needed to stop the priests.
Yeah.
They needed to make the priests apostatize because nobody else would follow because they have faith in the priests.
So I definitely see what you're talking about. But what were you getting at with
Well, I don't know.
the Jesus or because I was like, do you think? someone spoke to him that was otherworldly, like or it was God speaking to him.
What, you think it was in his head?
No, I don't. I just that's where the disconnect was with me
Yeah.
for this movie, where I was just like, man, this is fucking like.
Just because
Because you don't feel
Well,
that
that's,
way.
Yeah,
that's
I-
exactly what this movie's about. It's these people who are wrestling with themselves, believing in something so strongly when it never responds to them.
Yeah.
It never tells them anything.
It's just silence.
It's just silence.
Yeah.
To hold your faith against all odds when people are being tortured, the worst things you can imagine. It's also very interesting to think about now and to think about this movie, which takes place in the 1600s or the
1600s.
the 1600s, and Buddhists were persecuting Christians.
Yeah.
And people want to hate Muslims now. And if
Yeah.
you think 100 years ago it was Catholic, and you see Buddhists being the bad people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just amazing how it changes
Yeah.
every century.
No, I definitely
yeah.
agree. It is funny. I gotta say, but so your disconnect is since
His
I'm
own
not,
faith.
I'm not. Yeah, since you don't believe, it is hard for you to get yourself in that headspace or to care.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I didn't want to see people being tortured.
There's
and shit
something,
like
but
that.
but overall, there is something engaging about seeing these people go through this.
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I'm on the similar thing. Like I'm not like, oh, I need to see another Christian,
hardship movie.
Yeah, exactly. So, I wasn't like exactly turned on by this, but no, I really, it's just so engaging. But with the okay, so he's captured and he has to step on a tablet,
Stone
a
or-
stone
Fumie.
of
Jesus. An image of Christ, yeah.
And he's resisting, he doesn't do it, and people are getting their heads chopped off. They're
Thrown in the
and
river,
burn at
drowned.
stake.
in a pit upside down and
Oh,
just
yeah.
a slit on their neck.
This is one part that I was it was right in the beginning when they were dropping the water on them very slowly. Was that hot?
It was hot.
Yeah, they were
it
hot
was
springs.
Hot springs.
Hot
Right.
springs.
Yeah,
on
because they were
cuts.
getting red after
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just real, very,
Yeah.
very like
A
And
lot
they
of
don't-
the torture was like that
And
slow.
a lot methodical.
And the
Yeah.
Inquisitor and the Japanese government at the time had no intention of torturing people. They just wanted to prevent Christianity from changing their culture.
Inquisitor.
That was very
doesn't
good.
He doesn't even. The actor doesn't sound like that. He's from like Yee Yee and the
Oh,
Edward
shit,
Yang
really?
movie. Yeah, he doesn't talk like that. He did that voice for this movie.
Well, it's awesome because I got an
nailed-
interview with him. Hey, what's up?
Hello. it is me, the Inquisitor.
No, he's fucking awesome.
He is.
He's so awesome.
Do you guys feel like you understood the Japanese argument?
I do, but I also don't understand drowning, crucifying, and
Right.
torturing.
just for believing in something
Right,
different.
But they also see other countries being invaded by
Destroyed.
the Dutch, or maybe it wasn't the Dutch, but like the Portuguese, the Spanish, colonizing and destroying the Eastern
well, these
cultures.
guys are Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
the
the
Jesuits.
the Dutch came in to do trading or something like
Yes.
that. But so Japan saw this and wanted to fight against that because they'll come in as we're here to help, but we're also here to take over.
Yeah, they don't want their people to have
Yeah.
false beliefs because, as we do now,
Yeah.
we believe that's dangerous.
Yeah.
To think of to have faith in something so much that you refuse to take care of yourself and others.
Yeah.
And kind of hate
Yeah.
in many ways. Now, I'm not saying that's what their attitude was in this movie at all,
But that-
because it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that's what they saw it as.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's
as
what the Japanese
saw
saw.
it as.
Yeah.
But I got to give it up. I think all the performances really good. The only thing when I originally saw this that made me laugh out loud was Andrew Garfield looking in the reflecting
Yeah,
pool.
Oh, yeah,
I
he was like-
agree.
This
This like the reflection in his face.
is just like you could done it
it
so
looked,
much better.
It looked kind of bad.
and it took me out for just a second.
So what was it? Okay,
it turned into Jesus,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yep.
then but even when it was his face, it was just like
it was just
what?
like
It was distorting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually love that part because
I do like that part. Maybe your copy was bad. Maybe you should have rented it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because that's part of the wrestler, because he believes he is going mad.
well, and he also.
That's what I was thinking it was. I didn't.
But you
notice-
didn't even see the part.
I saw the part where him
just didn't see the water.
I
Or he-
did, but I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you
his-
didn't see Jesus.
No.
Yeah.
It's the same image they constantly bring up
And it
because they
throws
literally
Jesus' face.
Yeah,
on
they
it,
show that image of Jesus over and over in this.
It just
movie.
looks like bad CGI though.
Oh, okay, I got
Or
you.
like it's just like copied and pasted on or something.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
would agree. I didn't think that looked very good.
But the idea is really cool. Like it's already kind of blasphemous because he is putting himself in the martyr position. He sees himself as Jesus.
Pride, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I'm doing it for them.
Well, that's why when he finally does put his foot on the slab and Jesus talks to him
Yeah.
in his head, he's saying, "Go step on me. You don't have to suffer." I love that part.
That scene
Oh.
so much.
It kind of reminded me of like Black Phillip, even though that's
Oh,
like the complete
for sure.
opposite.
But
Oh yeah,
but
it's the exact same thing.
it is like
yeah.
this ominous being just like
Yeah.
strip on.
And
Yeah.
the movie is so it's so deliberate for so long, and
Yeah.
you're just like forced to kind of struggle with these priests as they watch people torture and don't know what to do to kind of spread their image without selling themselves out or God out, because now like Andrew Garfield's character Sebastian Rodriguez is telling them to trample on the Fumi.
Yeah.
He's active now. Adam Driver's character,
Francisco.
Garupe, says
Yeah.
that is blasphemous and you cannot do that because
Yeah.
that's disrespectful to God. But Andrew Garfield just isn't willing to do that himself because he believes it's blasphemous, but he believes he should bear the pain of Jesus
Yeah.
when he should not. When only one person should, and that is Jesus.
And it's a crazy like commentary too on like what icons and symbols do, like what they mean to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it is just a picture. Would you spit on the Bible? It's just a book.
Well, that's
You know,
why.
that's-
Yeah, what's the guy's name that keeps I can't
Kichijiro.
He
Yeah.
keeps popping up and he will literally step on spit. He will fucking do anything
That's
to get
why.
away.
Yeah.
That's why he's the best character.
Yeah. But he still believes.
He believes,
like, "Forgive
regardless.
me."
Yes, his faith is the strongest because he's the one who's not submitting.
Yeah.
To
but he feels horrible.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely,
He feels
yeah.
bad.
and he kind of. I think he's part of what influences Andrew Garfield's character the most.
Yeah.
How I hear that Endo, Shasuke, I think Endo, the guy who wrote the book, saw Kichijiro in himself.
Well,
Because like Nick, he would never. If Nick believed, that doesn't mean he would not step on it.
Yeah.
Or spit on it, and neither would I.
That's interesting you said that because I also heard that I think it was Roger Ebert in an essay when we talked about Last Temptation that Martin Scorsese saw himself as Judas.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And what's his name?
Endo?
No, the
Kichijiro.
Kichijiro. He is kind of a Judas figure because
Or he like betrays him.
betraying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's fascinating.
That's very interesting.
Fascinating.
This is. I don't mean to
No.
stray away, but
What's up with that popcorn that I just ate?
Yeah.
or something.
Did I miss another thing too? When Adam Driver goes out to try and stop the people from dying, he died so quickly.
Yeah.
Drowned.
I think
but-
he's exhausted.
Okay.
Physically, he swims out to the
You
boat.
have to consider the. I agree that it does happen kind of abruptly, but he is super exhausted. They don't eat ever.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
He
completely weak.
Swims like 100 feet or so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's forced to swim out there and try to save someone as somebody is pushing down on
Yeah.
him.
And I think it just kind of cuts and then shows that he's just sort of floating there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen.
That part is fucking hard. All those scenes are hard to watch. Just painful.
like with them on the like cross thing when the water's coming up. And
I
it's
love-
just
And then that guy
nailing
just
them in their
basically
face.
he just submits, and the
It
guy on the
just-
far right.
Yeah, and it just gets taken. And the one guy starts
Praying
singing
for
a
him.
hymn or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so fucking good. It's wild. I love that.
Yeah, what they're willing to do
Yeah.
for their faith is just fascinating, and it's what troubles the Japanese so much because they see that they're willing to do so much that they can't. They don't know what to do to stop them. They can't do anything besides torture these people.
Besides genocide of these people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
basically.
And
But
they're-
it's interesting how nice they are.
Oh
to-
yeah.
Especially the
Ferreira
Yeah,
and-
that group.
Yeah, the priests.
Well, and then there's that the guy that looks like a samurai, who's
The translator.
yeah, the translator. He's like very like
He's so nice.
suave and nice, but then there's moments where
And they just cut
Well,
someone's
they
head
blame
off.
him.
Yeah.
Well, they blame him. He says to Rodriguez, he goes,
he gets you did this.
"You
Yeah,
did this.
yeah,
Why did
yeah.
you make this happen?
Yeah.
All you had to do was step on this
Yeah.
book. He will not. And
Yeah.
they blame him. And obviously, what a frustrating place to be in because he could stop it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But-
that's such like a good. This movie's such like a good human moral argument. Like, who are the who are the bad guys and who are the good guys. You know what I mean? Both sides are not doing what I think is a good thing. You know what I mean? They're not doing a Christian thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And Jesus sacrificed himself for the worst of people.
Yeah.
Not just the good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people trusted worse than Kichijiro, like Judas.
Yeah, and there's also that thing of just like how, okay, so you step on this thing, so they have this like they see this God as like a vengeful being. You know what I mean? They're afraid of God, and that's just an interesting thing. Like, why do you care for something that you're like afraid of? That's just always a question in my head that I'm like always asking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or this jealous God of you. I don't know. It's just a weird subject, I guess.
What was I gonna say? Another thing I thought interesting was how. Damn it! I lost my train of thought.
It's all good.
Well,
boink.
come back to it, because one thing I was thinking that would have added a little bit for the atmosphere for me is if it had a little bit more. Did it have any score?
I think it was very
Minimalist.
very.
I think that's really intentional.
I think it's fitting.
I figured it would. I figured it was intentional, but I feel like I don't know. It would have added a little bit more to the drama or the.
Sometimes you have to be
intensity.
careful with that though,
Yeah,
because it can get like a little
Yeah.
cheesy.
It might, but like also I saw it as like a very natural film,
Yeah.
and it might take you out, but you love like scores and stuff like that, so I understand that for
Yeah,
I mean,
this-
sometimes I get less is more. I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that, but
Oh yeah, very deliberate wide shots only. Like Thelma Shoemaker is his editor, I think.
Yeah.
And she would in one of the special features she talks about how he would only shoot wide and there was no coverage and that she had nothing to cut to because there was nothing there. And I thought that was fascinating because Martin Scorsese would just try to show us, because like in one instance is when the long-haired man from the first village, I can't think of his name, but he's the one who's being
yeah.
Yeah.
He
The
the
sings,
longest. Yeah, he sings a hymn.
Yeah.
And when he's dragged out, and it just shows their helplessness to help the priests because they're just like watching from afar,
Yeah.
and they shoot it wide because they can't do anything. They're so powerless.
Yeah.
To help them, how much they beg God to do something, and they're just sitting in silence.
Yeah.
They literally can't do anything.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. It really looked beautiful. I was blown away when I first saw it. I saw it on a really big screen, and I was just like, wow, holy shit.
I get that, this is kind of a very, I shouldn't say niche, but I don't really understand I can't wrap my head around why this area in particular, and it's what seemed like a lot of other areas, didn't really give this an opportunity to be in a theater.
We had it.
Well, we had it, but we had one showtime of it.
I just think
Why? I don't know.
People-
It's a flop, man.
people can't handle stuff like this
I feel like I don't know.
because it doesn't give an answer, and it's not always the answer's not always the answer people want to hear. You know what I mean? But fucking the Easter movie will do good, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had this movie.
yeah.
I know
No
we
one
had
saw it.
I know.
Unfortunately, that's a real reality.
maybe.
You have to be in the know.
Yeah.
They don't want to see. They don't want to see people question their faith or struggle with it.
They want to
wanna
see
God.
They want to see
holding them-
Stanley Wexler. They want to see
Sandy
Ant-
Wexler.
They want to see
Adam
Son
Sandler.
of God or
Please,
whatever
God.
that shit is.
I just got to say that Adam Sandler's new movie is getting raised.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's not his.
It's his.
Noah
What, the
Baumbach.
Noah Baumbach movie?
It's Adam Sandler. It's,
That's like Paul Thomas Anderson, like in
yeah,
Adam
Punch Drunk
Sandler.
Love was Adam Sandler's too.
He stole the show.
Yeah, don't
Don't
get
give
it
him
twisted.
credit for that.
Don't get it twisted. Okay, let's talk about Liam Neeson and Father Ferreira.
Oh shit, we didn't even.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
didn't even really touch on him.
So at the end, what do you?
Qui-Gon Jinn?
How interesting how frustrating do you think it was to Rodriguez when he tells him how much they misconstrue the religion? And throughout the movie, we see Rodriguez and Grupe have to re-explain the text to the Japanese because they are thinking that they're going to be in paradise the second they get baptized.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
How they misconstrue the faith because of the language barrier.
And they also just want like a quick,
quick fix,
a quick
yeah,
answer.
a quick answer.
Yeah.
And Father Ferreira just is like, they think this is the Son of God and it's the Son.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and how much don't understand the faith.
Yeah.
How he's completely wrong and he's wasting his pursuit.
Yeah, yeah. I think the whole Liam Neeson didn't have many scenes, but I think his stuff was very effective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he believed until the end, Liam Neeson?
Well, he does say that when they're
said,
going
"Our
through
God."
this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, on accident. He said, "I didn't say." He's like, "I didn't say that." I don't know what he says exactly. But
Basically,
he's like,
that's what he's
But
saying.
there's also that part where like he's they're inspecting things for Christian symbols, and he lets that one thing pass, and then Andrew Garfield picks it up and is like, "Hey."
yeah.
I think he still believed, because even like when
Andrew
Andrew
Garfield
Garfield
did,
dies
yeah.
at the end, he
Which-
has the
which is
little
definitely-
cross in his hand.
An interesting thing, like maybe he learned that it's a personal thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's not. You can't push this on. Everybody's a swamp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's,
Because they're saying like Japan's the swamp. You can't grow things here. Everybody is. It's your own thing that you have to work.
it's interesting
and do.
that the Inquisitor talks about how he lets regions of Christianity stay in Japan because he already cut the root, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have to torture them,
Yeah.
just so that it won't get a cultural hold.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. What do you guys think about the narration at the end?
When I first saw it, I didn't like it. I think I
Okay.
even talked to you about this. I just
Yeah.
like kind of does like a bookend and it just kind of wraps it up. I feel like it works. It's funny. I should have wrote it down because I had more thoughts on it then. But the second time, I think it worked better than the first.
I think I liked it. I understand it more now, but I think I liked it more the first time
Okay.
because it just seemed so like heavenly. I was so like.
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of like a sigh of relief type of thing because you're just going through this punishment maybe the whole time, and now it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's getting tortured.
Yeah, and I also didn't catch that he's the one who sends the letter at the very beginning, the Dutch trader.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not realize he sent Father Frere's letter
Yeah.
that they read at in the opening of the movie.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a jarring transition from just going to like
yeah,
this
he
random
adds
guy.
he adds context,
Yeah.
the historical context
Yeah.
to the whole thing, and talks about how the trade and
Yeah.
all that stuff kind of like shows how it grows in Japan and what happens.
I think that's interesting
Because that's
I don't
really-
think how else would they?
This is a personal story inside of a historical time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think also that's probably like another 45 minutes of traditional storytelling of like with character. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, in the book, it's the same exact way.
Yeah. So
There's like a chapter where it's just like notes from Dutch.
yeah.
Uh,
Did you read
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think it's very short.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit more difficult only because it's plot wise, it's the same. It just moves along.
Yeah.
But I think there's more that I didn't really absorb like I felt like I did in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That different way of
yeah.
absorbing information.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Scorsese's other middle of the 3 religious movies that he did?
Kundun?
Yeah.
I have
No.
not.
No.
You really want to see it, don't you?
No. I don't.
I almost picked that.
Yeah, I was wondering why. I was just thinking, I'm like, man, I'm surprised he didn't pick that, and then just did like a Barfly plus Gus Van Sant.
Well, because I don't
type
do
month-
that shit.
Type month with the.
Yeah,
3.
why would I recreate your mistake?
I don't fucking know.
Let's I think it's good to wrap up. Nick, what you gonna give it?
3.
3? All right. What about you, Ben?
3.5.
And you?
I'm somewhere between 4 and 4.5.
Yeah, I think I don't remember what my letterbox thing is, but
I think it was a 4.
I think
Mine
it's
was
a 4.
a 4
yeah.
at first too,
Yeah.
but
I think I'm a 4. It's definitely a hard movie. You can't just pop this in and Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. But
I think it's the slowest movie of all 4 of them. I really do. Pace wise,
I didn't think so.
Well,
I think intentionally it's supposed to be. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
it just may
it's-
be more engaging to you.
yeah, it's modern.
Yeah,
I thought it was a lot more interesting to watch than Last Temptation of Christ.
I just love all the action scenes.
no, I
just
I don't
kidding,
know
I'm
what
just
it
kidding.
was, man. I don't know, but
Like if you think of the plot,
I'm
there's
glad you like it.
literally he goes from one village to another village.
yeah,
Back to
Like yeah, to wandering in the you know what I mean? It's all kind of
I don't know. Last
Personal-
Temptation was a lot more harder to watch.
and what a beautiful
I think it's
beautiful
just because
environment.
I just think it's because it's new. Oh yeah, it's definitely the prettiest.
Yeah, Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The cinematography is amazing.
I think Ben's itching. He's kind of nervous because
What's he got? Is this another what does Nick call this month? Another
Burden month.
Another burden month.
So
I hope
Ben-
not,
I
but it
doubt
might
it.
be.
I doubt
it
it.
could be.
next month is Ben's month. So what are we watching?
Well, I decided that for my theme,
Nick is staring him in the eyes.
I'm gonna
I already know what it's going to be.
You do?
Some,
What is-
well, I don't know the movies, but I have
What's
a
the
feeling what
theme?
the theme is going to
I'm
be.
gonna
Go
be
ahead.
doing animated
Yeah,
film.
that's what I was thinking.
And
it was
Nick
gonna
has
be doing.
said on this podcast, I believe, that he will not fucking watch an animated movie.
Go ahead. What?
Okay. For the first episode, we will be. I'm throwing you a little bit of a bone,
Go
but I
ahead.
really want to rewatch this one
Fuck
anyway.
him.
We're going to be doing Batman Mask of the Phantasm,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite
Sweet.
iterations of Batman.
Nick's taking his pants off.
I didn't even. I didn't expect that at all.
I love the animated series,
Yeah.
so
All right. Go ahead.
Is it? Do I need to?
no.
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
it
you
if anyone wants it.
You have the animated series.
No, I have
do.
the Mask of the Phantasm.
You have to watch all the animated series
How
to
long
get
is it? Is
4
it a-
seasons.
It's a chunk.
I watch. It's like 20-minute episodes, right?
Yeah.
Come watch it
But
all.
you have
great.
to, but you have to
I
watch
love
them.
it.
You have to watch them after school every day on Cartoon Network.
My
I think I
man
watched it
Batman
Saturday.
coming back.
I think I watched it on
He
Saturday
always
morning.
finds a way to creep in.
All right.
Well, this is Kevin Conroy, though,
The
not
real
Michael
You
Keaton.
make me want to not watch it just by saying that.
Yeah.
You don't like the Batman
See,
comic
that's what I'm
one?
talking about. The fan stuff. Anyway.
All right. Well, Nick's. I don't know what he'll think about this one. We'll be doing.
Don't be doing fucking Animaniacs next or something like that. Some sort of
literally-
bullshit.
It's literally
I
the
can
same.
pick whatever I
Animaniacs
want,
is
but-
Warner Brothers, and I bet Batman is too, right?
Yeah, it
Go
is.
ahead. What?
So like literally picking the.
Okay. We are doing Batman Mask of the Phantasm and Spirited Away, which is a
Ooh, I wanna
Studio
see that.
Ghibli movie.
Thank you.
Animaniacs.
All right. Well, at least.
Would you rather watch Animaniacs
Yeah.
than Studio
Yeah.
I'd watch an Animaniacs.
Freakazoid?
But at least you off-weighed it. That was
I'm not trying to spite you. I'm doing things I want to watch.
This is Ben's month, not
yeah.
yours. So
Well,
I don't tell you what to
No
watch.
matter what it is, it's fighting him because he's a closed-minded shithead.
because
Go
he's the
ahead.
victim.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so that will be the next episode, and I've been having an issue, but I've decided for the second episode it will be Richard Linklater's A Scanner Darkly,
Oh, awesome.
which
Okay.
is like
Got that one,
which
too.
is like a weird animation style.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking waste my time downloading shit, and I got it.
I thought you were going to
Hell
pick
yeah.
the other one when you said it.
Fuck yeah.
Waking Life.
Yeah, that's on my list as well. But then
Hell yeah.
decided we will be talking about Ralph Bakshi's The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
Fuck's that?
What's
It's an
the Lord of the
animated
Rings?
Lord of the Rings movie
Oh,
that's from
really?
the 70s.
That's cool.
I've always wanted
How
to
long
watch
is
it.
that?
I don't know.
It's not. It's
Probably
not
like 2
9
hours.
Do you-
Yeah.
is it the whole story?
I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And
Hell,
one,
I might like that better than the actual fucking.
yeah. Maybe.
movies.
Why don't you fucking watch it?
I will.
So I've seen half of these. I've wanted to watch Mask of the Phantasm again for a while.
I've only seen one of them.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you picked that because it's one of those things I want to watch, but like I'm like, do I really? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
on my
Giving you a
queue.
reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, what was the third one?
A Scanner Darkly.
Oh, Scanner Darkly. Sweet.
You have that. I
yeah,
got that.
I do have that, so that's good.
Why would you buy that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why
Why
would
would
saw-
you pay for it when you can download it?
you? Yeah, that's
Oh
you.
yeah.
Why?
Well, no, I bought it used probably for like $4.
Oh,
It's a
I
Philip
bought-
K.
I-
Dick.
I bought it used
It's
for
like
50
crime,
cents.
Yeah.
sci-fi. I just
drug addict shit.
Yeah.
What?
I bought it for 50 cents.
Good.
Dude, where? All right.
I've just been in a humongous animation kick for like the past year.
I gotta say, Ben, you I think out of the group, you kill it. You
I
kill it on
think too
picks.
much. I think I think too much.
But I'm
That's
saying,
why.
you kill it on picks. Your picks. I'm always
Pick
happy
master.
with.
Bow to me.
What the fuck is Spirited Away?
Pick master.
Anime.
Studio
Didn't that
Ghibli.
come out in a theater? Didn't that come out
Probably
in
at
theaters?
some time in its
In
life. Yeah.
2001 when it came out.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember that being in theaters.
Oh,
around
It's
then.
it's
It might
popular.
have had like a
Like a
fan,
re-release.
like a Fathom of
Yeah.
Like in a lot of.
no, I remember that flat out being in theaters.
It's a.
It's a
It
movie.
was
At the
re-released by Disney.
Cinema Center.
Re-released all of the Studio Ghibli movies.
He's explaining.
Are we
it.
watching? Are we watching the American subs?
Yeah, I think the Disney versions are what.
You think the actors are okay? The
Yeah, yeah.
voice act.
Those,
yeah,
those
there
the
is
ones
like a-
I've watched.
There is like a thing
Okay.
about that. I heard.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool. Great, Ben.
cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap. Thanks.